Happy belated New Year, everyone! In this video, I will be looking back at what I did in 2021 and discussing what I plan to do in the year 2022. Yes, I know it's February and it's over a month later than New Year's Day, but there's a reason why I'm posting this video so late. Actually, by the time this comes out, it would have been past the Chinese Lunar New Year as well. 新年快乐! I got a touch of COVID at the very end of December, and it's only now that I've just gotten over my cough enough to be able to record this video. But I'll talk about that later. 2021 was the first year that I did the idea of a theme for a new year instead of specific targets or goals. First introduced to me by YouTuber CGP Grey, the idea is that you come up with a theme for a period of time, for example 1 year, and then over that time you do things and act on things to work towards that theme. This is a different approach instead of having hard targets that need to be measured. And an example of this would be a year of health, where over a course of the year, you do things that overall improve your health, and you continue that trend of improvements with no pressures of deadlines. It also keeps you open to any unexpected opportunities or positive events and things that you hadn't anticipated in your plan. I'll link to CGP Grey's Your Theme video in the description down below. So my theme for 2021 was development, and these are the things that I developed over the year. Storytime with Grax channel. I spent the beginning chunk of 2021 making and publishing videos for my Storytime with Grax creepypasta channel. I worked hard, and during the first third of the year I published 5 videos. I also did a few guest narrations for the author Mike Jesus Langer, which I really appreciate the invitation, and he really brought my narrations to life with the stories and his editing. Thanks, amigo. It was hard work making these videos. Making visual stories is more time-consuming than audio-only stories. It's really satisfying to see the end product, but it is hard work. One thing I said to myself is that if my channel showed signs of growth on subscriber count, then I would continue to make these videos, because the growth would indicate to me that there is a demand for this style of storytelling. And the subscriber count didn't grow, and for the longest time it stayed at double digits. This indicated to me that there wasn't a huge demand for my style of creepypasta videos, so I decided to start making videos for Storytime with Grax on a regular basis. Some people may think that having a low subscription count does not mean no demand. I mean, I should keep going and I should make videos frequently and that the channel will grow. Which may be true, but I don't want to dedicate so much of my spare time into making videos while I have a full-time job and a fiancé that I love and I want to be with. Maybe one day when I don't need my full-time job, things will change, and I'll go back to mass-producing videos. I do want to give a big shout out and a big thank you for the Reddit page Deep Into YouTube, for exposing my channel and for helping pushing my channel past the 100 subscriber count. That was very kind of you all, and I really do hope you enjoy my videos. And I hope you're not too disappointed about the news about me making less videos. Seriously, thank you so much. That was genuinely very kind of you and I was genuinely touched. In a way, it is a shame that Storytime with Grax didn't grow as big as I wanted, but I am proud that this channel and this video exists, and I'm proud of these videos that I made. Even if some of the ideas I had were far beyond my skill level and talent and time limits. Damn it! There's something wrong with my time machine. The stone struck the earth, piercing through the core, and out the other side. Well then try coming at it from a different angle. Like what? Well, for example, let's say that there's nothing at all paranormal or unusual about these discs. So what is the plan for Storytime with Grax? For now, the channel is on hiatus, but I do plan to keep the channel active, and I plan to make videos for it as a hobby. You know, make videos if and when I feel inspired. I don't know, maybe I should switch things up a bit. Maybe I ought to try out making audio-only content for it. One thing I can say is I am going to do another audio story for Mike Jesus Langer that should be coming out in the near future. I'll leave links below to all his videos with me in them, and I'll definitely let you know of any future stuff that comes up. Grax predicts Euro 2020. In the year 2021, UEFA had the Euro 2020 Football League, which was delayed by a year due to COVID. So myself, Andy Harland, and Michael Bell produced a comedy series, Grax Predicts Euro 2020. A comedy series where I try to predict the football results. I didn't get many of the predictions right. With Andy and Michael writing the script and me doing everything else, I gotta say that this series is a significant improvement of quality compared to the previous Euro Football Predicts videos that we did. I mean, it's night and day, and this is something that the three of us should be proud of. Even if some of the ideas and the ambitions were far beyond the talents, budget, and the time constraints.
Call the cops! Don't you dare stare! Other predictors! Do not compare to Grax!
I love the fact that this series exists. Football time may be over for now, but please do watch these videos. Links in the description down below. But would I like to do another one of these in the future? Honestly? Yes, I would. I would like to do another one of these in the future. But I would need to change. To do something like this, it takes a tremendous amount of effort, and I would like more help in the future. I think the problem is, in this case, it's the editing and the filming. I would need to get help with that. So like, yes, it's one thing to film, but then it's another thing to edit, and the editing takes more time than the filming. I think if I had more help and I could outsource some of my efforts, then the chances of me making something like this are greater. But if I'm doing it all by myself, then that takes more time, which reduces the chance of me making these things. I don't know, it's something for me to consider. Time is very important to me, and I want to spend as much time as I can doing important stuff, because we don't know how long we have on this earth. We want to make the most of the time that we have. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Polyps and a dash of cancer. In 2021, I discovered that I had developed polyps in my colon. And then it turns out there was a little bit of cancer inside the biggest polyp, which was surprising, to say the least. This whole 6-month-ish experience I managed to document in a video that I wanted to share because it's important to talk about these things. I had hoped that sharing my experience could maybe help someone else who's going through something similar with me. As a quick update, I've done my first set of scans and bum camera checks in late autumn 2021, and I currently have the all clear. Nothing wrong with me. So far, so good. Also, thanks to a blood testing mix-up between my local GP and the hospital, I got my prostate checked for any cancer, which I wasn't expecting at all. How could they get the blood bags mixed up? It was all clearly labelled. How could you mix that? It turns out that my prostate is nice and good and healthy as well, so that's all good news. I got another round of MRI scans, blood tests and sigmoidoscopy bum cam action lined up this month of February. Here's hoping for more boring, uneventful and ultimately clear results. There's a link to the full video in the description area down below. The bucket trip. During the last week of August, myself, Andy Harland and Michael Bell decided to do something a little bit spontaneous, and we took on the challenge to drive 843 miles from Land's End to John O'Groats, dubbed the bucket trip. The three of us travelled across England and Scotland upon a mighty hired steed, which was a black Nissan Qashqai. The challenge was completed over a span of 2 days. It was really exhausting, but really satisfying at the same time. I mean, sure, we did take some time out of our busy schedule of staying in the car to take the time to admire some sights, which included the great Loch Ness. One of the things I really like about this trip was it was a holiday. It wasn't us trying to come up with content and material for the internet or for a live show or anything like that. It was 3 friends hanging out, having fun, enjoying themselves. Wait a minute, something seems off. Why does the lighting seem different? Why am I wearing a blue t-shirt all of a sudden? Grax Bishop, is this a reshoot?
Yes, Footage Grax Bishop, I'm afraid this is a reshoot.
Hello there, Grax Bishop here, and if this is the first time of you watching this review of 2021 video, this is not the first time that this video has been published. I published this video before and I took it down and I added some extra footage and re-uploaded it because in the previous video I did not mention the bucket trip at all. Not at all. And the reason why I know this is because Andy and Michael watched the previous video that went live and they were pretty upset by the fact that I didn't mention the bucket trip. And I'm really upset. I'm so sorry that I forgot to mention this. I'm upset that I've upset my friends. And the thing is, it was a really great trip. It was really memorable. And I don't have any idea why I forgot to mention it. It should be on this review video. And so that's why I took the previous video down and I shot this extra footage, and then I've now uploaded it. And the reason why I've made it obvious, I didn't want to be sneaky. I didn't want to be sneaky about the reshoots. So I didn't want to be one of those people that quietly takes down a video, adds the extra footage, re-uploads, and then go, oh, no, I've always had this. And no, I wanted to own my mistake. And I'm very sorry I made this mistake. And I hope I fixed it, and I hope that everything is okay. And that's, yeah, I'm really sorry. But it's all done. It's out in the open. The bucket trip was great. And let's continue with the rest of the video. Intermittent fasting, a dieting solution? So in working on my health and finding something that I can consistently stick to, I may have found something that works for me. The idea behind the intermittent fasting diet is to spend 2 days consuming significantly fewer calories in a day than eat a normal amount of calories the other days. The pattern I went with is normal, normal, fast, normal, normal, fast, normal. It turns out that I'm best able to keep this diet if I just have a normal breakfast in the morning and then stop eating for the rest of the day. Well, I do get hungry a little bit, but I'm able to suppress the hunger with black coffee and green tea. It seems like I personally find it easier for me to be strict rather than portion control 500 odd calories throughout the day. I started this at the end of October and I kept this up until about Christmas. I was able to lose around 6 kilograms, and that is nearly a stone in weight. And surprisingly, I was able to keep most of that weight off, even when I had a couple of naughty days. That genuinely surprised me. I'm pleased with intermittent fasting, and it's something that I want to continue in the year 2022. And I'd like to think that thanks to the intermittent fasting, I actually look thinner. I mean, yes, not now, because I've got an old man grey beard going on right now and I'm just looking like a homeless bum. But you know, if I had a shave on clean shaven, it would knock off at least 1 kilogram of weight. Pom-Pom the Cat. In December, Viv and I developed a case of cats. You, little man, are going to be a star. Say hello to our new addition to our family, Pom-Pom. Hello. You all right there? You like being a little... Oh, doesn't quite like being in front of the camera. Oh, you're such a good boy. So, at the time of recording, this little guy is nearly 5 months old, and he's settling into his home quite nicely. He's a pretty chilled guy, although he's very, very chatty, aren't you? Oh, don't like being in front of the camera. Do you want to take a look at the camera? Look at the camera. Look. This is why you should have autofocus rather than manual focus. Oh, look at this. Ah, yes. All right, you're such a good boy. Oh, you want to go down? Okay, here we go. Pom-Pom is a British blue short-haired cat, and we picked him up around mid-December 2021. Overall, he is settling into his new home A-OK. There was a moment where Pom-Pom was not having good quality poo. They were a little bit too soft and squidgy, and it turns out it could have been something that he was eating at the time. At the time, we were feeding him the brand Thrive, which is supposed to be designed for kittens, but when he was eating this kind of food, it kind of made him do soft poos. We went to the vet to try and figure out what was going on, and the vet suggested that we try and reset his diet. After resetting his diet with boiled chicken, we found another brand of kitten food that seems to agree with him, and Jam Jam. We also needed to do some fine-tuning with the quantity and timings of his meals. His poops are now good and overall solid again. It's interesting to see Pom-Pom grow up and to find out what kind of a person he is. Well, personality he has. It also highlights the different parenting styles between me and Viv. And I tend to be much more softer parenting than she is. Not that that's a bad thing. Having two good parents working together is probably the best thing for Pom-Pom, so he has two different outlooks in life. What the hell am I talking about? We're cat owners, we don't own a baby. Viv and I are really looking forward to seeing him grow up and see what kind of cat he becomes. We also want him to live for a long time. 20 years is not enough. We want him to live longer and grow bigger and fatter, infected with COVID-19. Yes, that happened right at the tail end of 2021. Viv and I got a case of
COVID-19!
COVID-19!
I had some family come visit us shortly after Christmas Day, and then shortly afterwards, Viv and I were feeling a little worse for wear. We both did lateral flow tests and they came out positive. We have no idea where we could have picked up COVID-19. Honestly, I don't blame anybody. With the current state of the Omicron variant of COVID-19, everyone is going to catch it. It's inevitable. One of the good things about having a crippled YouTube channel that cannot make money but still allows me to upload content is I don't have to watch what I say, unlike all these other mainstream YouTube channels. So I can say COVID as much as I like, COVID-19, COVID, Omicron, Delta, Beta, Omicron, Beta, COVID-19, without fear of being demonetized, because I don't make money on this channel, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. So, suck it, YouTube. Please don't delete my channel. I'm just having fun. Judging by the symptoms, I can only guess that it was the Omicron variant. I say guess because at the time of this recording, there was no way for the average UK citizen to know what variant it is. Lateral flow test, PCR test, we are not able to be told which variant we have despite the testing laboratories being able to detect which variant. And I would like to know this. If you can actually find out this information, please let me know how in the comment section down below. I'm genuinely interested. So I can only guess that it was the Omicron variant because A, Omicron at that point had pretty much displaced the Delta variant in the UK, B, the symptoms seemed to all match up, and C, we all got sick after 2 days of getting infected. And the interesting thing is that for me, these were all mild. Kind of unpleasant at times, but I didn't think it was anything to worry about. It certainly didn't match up to the horror stories that I've been reading about and hearing about with people being infected before December 2021. The worst thing about our infection was that the coughing stuck around for weeks and weeks after the two of us felt normal. We couldn't shake our coughs, and I couldn't shake my cough until quite recently to be able to do this recording. Now, I don't know for sure if the mild symptoms are due to the double Pfizer vaccine that I had done in late summer 2021, or the large amounts of supplements I've been taking for a while, or that Omicron appears to be much more mild than previous COVID variants. And frankly, I am not medically qualified to accurately tell you what's going on and what you should do. All I can do, or any of us can do right now, is to inform ourselves as much as possible from different sources. Conclusion. In conclusion, these are the things that happened to me that I think are noteworthy to the theme of development. Some things worked out good, some things not so much, some things came out of nowhere. And overall, I think that the theme of development worked out pretty positively. So, with the year 2021 behind us, what am I going to do moving forward? What will my theme be for 2022? I thought about it, and I reckon I've come up with something pretty good. 2022 will be the theme of investment. Now, what... let me try that again. I got it now. This isn't funny anymore. It was never funny the first time. There we go. Now the question is, what does the theme of investment mean? To me, it's the next step after development, because things cannot develop and grow if one doesn't invest in them. Investing time and energy, for example. I will invest time and effort into my health, to reducing my weight further and to overall improve my health. I've developed some ideas over the previous year. I've developed some stuff that seemed to work, especially in the form of intermittent fasting. Let's invest more into my health and to make it better. I will invest more time and effort into learning Mandarin because I didn't do any of that last year to develop my Mandarin. So this year, I will invest more time into learning. I will invest more time into crypto, not so much in terms of investing money, but in terms of fully understanding cryptocurrency to the point where I can confidently explain it to somebody else. Because right now, the best explanation that I can come up with is this. Cryptocurrency is a digital kind of monetary asset, much like gold is a kind of monetary asset, or stocks in a company is a kind of monetary asset. These crypto assets exist on a thing called a blockchain, which is kind of like a database that exists throughout the globe on the internet, or the network. The reason why crypto has any value right now is because people believe that they have value, or they believe that somebody else will pay that money. Just like gold or company stock assets, which only have monetary value because people believe them to have value. Yeah, that's not exactly a good sales pitch to give people confidence in the future, is it? So, the theme of investment. I have a really good feeling about this. Or maybe I'll do bugger all the year 2022. We'll find out in about 12 months' time, won't we? No, 11 months. We're in February now. One thing that I do want to have on record is I'm really hopeful that this is the beginning of the end of the COVID pandemic. A lot of information coming out regarding the Omicron variant seems to be suggesting that while the variant is much more infectious, we are all going to get it at some point. The disease does not appear nearly as severe and as deadly as previous variants. And I am hoping that before the end of this year, everyone around the world will be able to go out and interact with people without fear of the virus. Thank you for watching this video. What are your thoughts on the year 2022? Do you have any plans? Do you have any themes? I know I'm a little late to the New Year's resolution party, but please do feel free to leave your thoughts as a comment in the comment section down below. Happy New Year, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.